I didn't say anything about the president. I gave him a dose of his own medicine. He's called women one thing or another over time. And I was only quoting what doctors had said about him. So I was being factual in a very sympathetic way. It's like a child who comes in with mud on their pants or something. That's the way it is. They're outside playing. That's what he comes in with doggy do on his shoes, and everybody who works with him has that on their shoes too for a very long time to come.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi defending comments she made earlier this week about the president's weight and signaling that when it comes to the attack, she is not afraid to go toe-to-toe with Donald Trump. Matt Miller and Michael Steele are back. You know, she was on our show yesterday, Matt Miller, and she's absolutely right. And he called me a dog. He called former Miss USA Miss Piggy. He said horrible things about Carly Fiorina, about Mika Brzezinski. I mean, he goes after people. And the minute you point out something that's literally on a White House document, that he is technically, medically, scientifically, morbidly obese, he goes berserk.
Yeah, my first thought when I heard Nancy Pelosi's comments was pity for the White House doctor who probably got a call from the president and is being pressured to put out a statement saying that he weighs 195 pounds or something. Look, the thing about Pelosi is she has always been able to get under the been able to get under the president's skin, and she's always been able to go toe to toe with him. And I think she plays an enormously valuable role over the next 6 months. When you have, Joe Biden, I think, has the ability to campaign on the issues and to be above the fray a little bit, and has a real street fighter in the Speaker of the House who isn't afraid to punch below the belt a little bit in the same way that the president does.
Michael Steele, it is undeniable that she's hitting him where it hurts.
Yeah, she rolls like that. She's a Baltimore girl. She don't play. I keep telling people.
That's right.
Y'all don't want to mess with Nancy. And I don't think Donald Trump wants any of that. At the end of the day, given how he has reacted to powerful women in the past, and how they seemingly make him so uncomfortable, I just don't think that going into a battle like he's going to have to this November, fighting, on 2 or 3 fronts, one of whom may be with Nancy Pelosi, doesn't make the kind of sense that political strategists would allow you to engage in. So there is that. But the side of Donald Trump where he wants to be the guy who pushes back, he wants to be and play the role of the bully, thinks that, by his very presence and whatever else he thinks goes into it, that he can intimidate. That is lost on someone like Nancy Pelosi, who from the very beginning of her term as Speaker has made it very clear, little boy, I got you. I know you. You're not getting away with this.
Yeah.
And that example in the clip you just played stands out, where she refers to him like a little child coming in with poop on his shoes.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.